I'm calling this April 8th meeting of the Currituck Planning Board to order. At this time, we are going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. At this time, I'm going to introduce our newest board member, Steve Hedricks. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And
thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, we really appreciate you stepping up to the plate on this. Item number 2 on the agenda, are there any disqualifications for the new business at hand on the text amendment? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to announce we do have a quorum. We have 6 out of 7, so that is definitely a quorum. And at this time, we're going to open the floor for nominations. We have to elect a chairman and a vice chairman. At this time, I'm going to open up the floor for nominations to elect a chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate you as chairman.
Okay, we have a nomination on the floor. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, likewise. Item number 5, we're going to elect a vice chairman. I'm going to open up the floor for a motion to elect a vice chairman. I'm going to make a motion to elect Gary Owens as vice chairman. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, likewise. Easy enough.
There's a lot of change there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. It was a battle to the end, but we all survived. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. If everybody's had a chance to look over the agenda, there's really not much to it, just a text amendment. I'm going to entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those say nay. All those opposed. Okay, if anybody's had a chance to look over the minutes from our last meeting, and it has been some time, wow, December the 10th, a long time ago. I'm going to open the floor for approval of the minutes from our December the 10th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor for approval of the minutes from our December 10th meeting, say aye.
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 Motion passes. All right. No old business. Let's move on to new business. First and last item on tonight's agenda is PB 25-03, Currituck County, request to amend the Unified Development Ordinance, Chapter 2, Administration to clarify community meeting requirements for major subdivisions. At this time, we're going to hear from staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening to the board. This is a text amendment to the ordinance related to community meetings, which actually came to staff's attention through the prior text amendments. The board may remember working for a few meetings on the evidentiary hearings amendment and trying to get information out as early in the process to adjacent property owners through that process. And with that, it was revealed, actually, our new board member, Mr. Hedrick, brought to the attention of the board at the hearing that the ordinance has some conflicting language. And basically, in some sections, it says that community meetings are required for type 2 preliminary plats of 50 lots or more. In other sections, it's special use permits require special community meetings. There's language for when certain major subdivisions have to also include a special use permit. And so it's a good opportunity to clear that up, to make the language consistent. So I have prepared this chart. Hopefully you can see it on your screen. This is basically what the text amendment is doing. So we have application types and when community meetings are required. The practice since the adoption of the ordinance in 2013 was to only require community meetings for type 2 preliminary plat special use permits for major subdivisions of 50 lots or more. and that was the practice that's been in place for years. But we did notice that there is some conflicting language in the ordinance with respect to special use permits and community meeting requirements. So we are trying to clean that up. We did get feedback from the Board of Commissioners during their February retreat with planning on this text amendment, and so we're bringing forward some cleanup to the language. So this proposed language will require community meetings for special use permits, generally. For type 1 preliminary plats, which are 20 or fewer lots, generally, if our school facilities are not within the 85% of maximum capacity, those are an administrative TRC approval, so they don't need Board of Commissioners approval. But when the school facilities are within 85% or more of maximum capacity, those particular types of subdivisions also require a special use permit. And that's kind of where we've been for a few years now with applications in the county. So you can see that for the type 1's type preliminary plats that there will be no community meeting required. And then for the type 2 preliminary plats of 21 or more lots, that will require a community meeting going forward if this text amendment is approved by the board. So getting to the actual language amendments here, you can see under the community meeting applicability section, we are saying special use permits except for type 1 preliminary plats require the community meeting, and type 2 preliminary plats for major subdivision require them. Striking through the 50 lots or more provision, meaning that 21 or more lots will require a community meeting. Here is just some cleanup in the public notification table. You can see, hopefully I can show you here, it's just this added language. Just something that we noticed in preparing this text amendment, that type 2 preliminary plats always require special use permits, so will require posted notice. So there was no need to have this particular box empty in the ordinance, so we've just added the language that it has to be posted at least 10 days before the hearing. Again, these two items here, special use permit and type 2 preliminary plat, would run concurrently, so it would still be caught, but it just, to us, didn't make sense to leave that blank or not applicable. And then lastly, under the subdivision provision of the ordinance, for type 2 preliminary plat, you can see here that it said community meeting was applicable for plats of 50 lots or more. We're going to strike through that, and community meetings will be required for all type 2 preliminary plats. Most of you are familiar with the text amendment review standards that you can consider when determining whether to approve or recommend approval or denial of the text amendment. And the staff does recommend approval of the request because it clarifies the community meeting requirements for major subdivisions and is not in conflict with the land use plan. And at this time, I'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Okay, any questions for staff?
I have one. At what stage are the community meetings held?
Prior
the
to
process.
application.
Okay.
So generally, it's pre-application conference with staff, community meeting, then the application submittal.
Thank you.
And I do have a question too. On the 85% capacity for the schools, now, is that, let's say you've got a subdivision going down county in Jarvisburg, and just this is just theory. High school's fine, the elementary school is fine, there's no issues with capacity. Is it within the school, especially the elementary school, that services that subdivision?
That's correct.
Okay.
But right now,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, right now, I believe the high school is within 85%.
Yeah.
So
that
that
would
would be
countywide.
countywide, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But that is true. It's, it's
Yeah,
looked
but if
at,
everything
and
is
for
fine with the
elementary,
high
it's the elementary school in that area.
In that specific area.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. Any discussion?
I do, I'm sorry,
go
I do
ahead.
have one question. The evidentiary hearings notification will go out with the
Community meeting notice.
community meeting,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, will that just go out one time, or does that,
So the notice goes out to the community, for the community meeting notice, it will go prior to the community meeting that the applicant will send those notifications. And then, once the application is scheduled to be heard before the Board of Commissioners, another notification will go out prior to that hearing
Okay.
that staff will send.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
That's it.
Any discussion between board members?
I actually have
Yeah.
another question here. The purpose of the community meetings to inform owners and occupants of nearby lands. So I think it used to be a contiguous, but now it's just nearby.
No, there's still requirements for that to be mailed to owners within 500 feet of the subject property.
Okay,
Yeah, so they don't have to be touching the subject property as long as they're within.
Within 500 feet,
Okay.
correct.
okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
I have one last one. Looking at the chart, published notice, where are the notices published?
In a local newspaper, either, most times it's Coastland Times, sometimes it's the Daily Advance, right, Sheree?
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, does everybody have their cheat sheets? Okay, at this time, I'm going to open the floor for a motion for approval or denial.
I move to approve PB 25-03 Currituck County text amendment because the request is in conformance with the Unified Development Ordinance and clarifies community meeting requirements. The request is not in conflict with the Imagine Currituck 2040 Vision Plan.
Okay, we have a motion for approval on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed likewise. Motion passes. Okay. Any announcements?
I do not have any announcements. Do you have any?
Okay. Sheree, we good? Okay. All right, at this time, I'm going to entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion for adjournment. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Meeting adjourned.